everybody. I don't know about you guys, but I always feel like the years are too short. I simply do not have enough time to get to all of the books that I want to read. And so in today's video, we are going to be reading a few different books that I really, really wanted to get to in 2025, but I simply ran out of time. So the first book is Deep Cuts. I have heard so much about this book. I feel like everybody's talking about it. It's being turned into a movie, so I really want to read it before it comes out. So, the premise of this book is that our female main character, Percy, loves to critique music. She has a lot of opinions when it comes to music. And one night when she's at a bar, she meets this guy named Joe, and Joe asks her to listen to one of his songs and give him some feedback on it. So, this conversation ends up turning into a partnership that lasts for years. And from my understanding, this book follows along in that partnership, and you get to see the highs and lows of the music industry and making music and the good times, the bad times, everything in between. And I am so excited to read this. I'm so sad that I didn't get the chance to read this in 2025, but we are going to be reading it now. So I am so excited to dive into this one. I will update you when I started the book. You guys might be trying to turn up your volume right now, being like, Grace, what happened to the audio? And honestly, I don't know because the first half of this clip doesn't have any audio, and then the second half of the clip does, but it isn't through the microphone. But the microphone was turned on. I don't know quite what happened there. But basically, in the first half of this clip, I really don't remember what I said, and I'm horrible at lip reading, all right? So I'm pretty sure that I said that I'm really loving our female main character because she just has so many opinions about music, and I really love when someone's very passionate about something, and she is very, very passionate about music. And I think that it's so fun to listen to someone speak about something that they really have an interest in. I think I was also saying that I love the banter that our male and female characters have, just like listening to them together, coming up with ways to better the music. I've never read a book about making music, so this is all new, and I'm really loving getting to see writing music. I don't know if this is accurate at all, because hey, I don't write music, and I've never seen anybody write music or been there for the process of that. I will let you get back to the past me for the rest of the clip, but I just wanted to update you guys so you weren't confused. Okay. Editing Grace is done here. Hopefully. Hopefully there isn't another clip that doesn't have audio because I will be back in that case. But okay. Happy New Year, everybody. Really liking our author's writing style. It's the perfect balance of realistic, like it feels like real conversations, real things that our female main character is noticing, real details about the scenery around our characters, but is also kind of flowery and beautiful and moving. Also, I wanted to show you, I found this in my book as I was reading, so I'm using it for the bookmark. There are all kinds of deep cut stickers. I thought that was really cool. So okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm really liking it. A lot of book to continue to be great, but off to a good start. Hello, everybody. I am about halfway through Deep Cuts, and so it's time for an update. I am still absolutely hooked. I have binged a majority of what I've read so far, and I am absolutely obsessed with the toxic relationship that our main characters have. Like, I can't think about anything else. I can't put the book down because it is so toxic, so messy, and yet you just like can't look away. It's just so I have to keep reading it because I want to know what comes next. Like I want to know what their next interaction is going to be like. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. What can I say? I don't want to give too much away about the plot because I like going into books blind. I'm going to go and probably binge a lot more of the book. I will see you guys when I finish Deep Cuts unless something crazy happens and I need to give another update. Okay, bye. Hello, everybody. As you can see, there has been a little addition to the Read Between the Grinds family. He wants to go play. He's still a kitten. This is Cooper, and he is my very, very sweet reading buddy now. Um, and he's the reason why I haven't updated you guys in a few days. So, since I last saw you, I not only adopted a kitten, but I finished Deep Cuts. I really enjoyed this book and I enjoyed the drama I enjoyed the, morally gray characters. They all make mistakes, they are all imperfect. However, the ending, and I'm not going to say too much, I don't know if we saw enough proof of change for this ending to be believable, for me to be rooting for this ending. That's the only thing about this book that I was like, kind of caught me off guard. I feel like the pacing of this book was great, but the ending felt really rushed to me. I felt like we didn't get to see enough of our characters for the ending to be emotional. At least for me, that's how I felt. Maybe you feel differently. That's great. I love books. I love that everybody can have their own opinions on them. Now, I not only finished this one, I gave this 4 stars just because the ending just it didn't work for me. It didn't work, but that's okay. I am also almost halfway through the favorites. Now, a little known fact about me is that I am obsessed with figure skating drama. All right. I have fallen down multiple rabbit holes on TikTok and have become obsessed with the lore, the behind the scenes, the maybe unfair judging, the unfair scoring of figure skaters. And especially, I believe her name is Alexandra Trusova. I fell down a huge rabbit hole on TikTok about her. I really wanted to read this one in 2025. Clearly, didn't have a chance to. I still think that this is a great time to read it with the upcoming Winter Olympics. It can really get me into the mood for it. I'm really, really loving it. Again, the drama, the behind the scenes of figure skating, something that I have spent hours on TikTok learning about, hearing potential rumors about. I'm really liking the complexity of our characters and the love of figure skating and how the introduction of like serious competition morphs and changes that love of the sport into love of winning. And I'm excited to keep reading this one. So Cooper and I, once he gets all of his wiggles and squiggles out, are going to keep on reading this. So I'll update you probably when I'm done. Hello, everyone. I have officially finished The Favorites, and I really thought that this was going to be a 5 star, maybe even a 6 star read. I was really, really, really enjoying it. I love the characters, love the drama. I mean, this book is just it's drama. Like you can't look away from it. You can't put it down. It was such a fast-paced read even though it's a pretty big book. What really knocked this book down for me and knocked it off of being 5 stars is that the last section of this book, so this book is broken up into different sections. The last, here, wait, let me show you. So, like, part three, the champions. The last section of this book really felt disconnected from the rest of the book. It takes place later than the rest of the story, but it didn't flow with the rest of the book. It felt like I was reading maybe like a sequel or like a novella after this book, and I honestly wish it was published separately because it didn't flow for me. It didn't feel like I was reading the same book. It felt like I was reading a different book entirely. Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed both the last part of the book as well as all of the other parts of the book, but they just didn't flow together. So I ended up giving this a 4.5. I really love how it's like an interview style. So if you've read Daisy Jones and the Six, it's kind of like that. So there are people being interviewed for like a documentary, and then you also like are learning the whole story of our female and male main characters. So you flip back and forth between the two. It's very interesting. I love it. I'm so ready for the Winter Olympics, but unfortunately, the last part just didn't. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe from what I'm seeing, that's just my opinion. Like I'm the only one who feels that way. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I want to know what books you didn't quite get to in 2025 that you are hopefully going to get to in 2026. I hope you guys had a really happy new year, and I will see you in the next one. Happy reading!